Are you going to stay on here or no? I think we're live. We may be live. People are going to see you being mean to me. Yeah, right. Da-da-da. Okay, so I guess we're live. Are we live? Okay. All right, so we're actually a few minutes early. But considering... Oh. Probably going to get the top of the laptop, isn't it? Nobody's here yet, Rosie. But of course, we're early. I'm probably going to have to sit up to read the chat. I need to move the TV over here. Put everything up on a big screen. Hey, Gaius Goth. Hey, hey, human. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where everything should be set on the screen. So actually, the beginning of the chat was down below. So I'm working on it. I guess I'm a work in progress. Rosie's better at this than I am. So how are you doing? I'm guessing the audio is going out. Yeah, exactly. I'm just not used to doing this. I know it sounds weird in this day and age. I guess it's right next door to saying I don't know how a computer works yet, but I'm learning. Not much for Rosie to learn. She already knows everything. She just won't tell me sometimes. She likes to keep me in the dark. Oh, grocery shopping, awesome. I've got to do that today too. I think Rosie is requesting more wet food. Aren't you? You're wanting more wet food? You want your treats, don't you? I'm glad you're doing good, Gaius Goth. Doing fine. So I had some questions in the comments throughout the week where people were were talking about wanting to know more about me. So I appreciate the understanding. 14 years, that's a good bit of experience. That's a good bit. Nice. See there? Gaius Goth is going to get you some wet food. Aren't you happy? You just want your treats. I decided to bring some treats along for her. I'll give them to you a couple at a time. For some reason, she doesn't generally, it's the weirdest thing, she doesn't generally chew when she eats, and it scares me. But I think she does a little bit more with the treats because they're bigger, but her food, it's small pellets, and she just swallows them whole. And I'm terrified she's going to get choked, but that's how she's been eating for 6.5 years, so I guess she knows what she's doing. My name is Scott. And that's what I was going to say. I'm not good at talking about myself. I don't know. I'm just not. So if y'all want to know something, just ask me. What's my name? My name's Scott. So if there's anything y'all want to know, just like I said, just ask me, because I've always been kind of, I don't know. I feel like if I'm talking about myself, it's like shut up, dude. Nobody wants to hear about you kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. But I live in Texas, live in Houston. What else? I do construction. I've worked with animal rescues, either wildlife or just fostering cats and dogs and whatnot. I guess since about 2007. When I lived in Alabama, that's where I'm originally from. Then, hello. Then that's where I volunteered at a wildlife rescue. So we did a lot of birds. We had a beaver. We had deer, foxes, just anything that people would bring in that they found injured or orphaned in the woods or on the side of the road or something. So it was all wildlife, with the goal of rehabilitating them and returning them to the wild, with certain exceptions. For example, on Thursday nights, I was in charge of what was it? Would I ever care for or foster a tiger? I would love to say yes. I would love to say yes as a tiger pup, I guess. Is that, yeah, as a tiger kitten. Yes. I don't have, just for scheduling sake, I don't have, the way I see it, I like to watch Dean Schneider with the Hakuna Mapaka Pride in South Africa. And I totally agree with his philosophy, is if you're going to do that, particularly with grown tigers, then it needs to be a full life dedication if you're going to be a part of the pride. What does that say? I like birds. Yeah. I used to trap possums around our house and turn them. Oh, nice. Good job. Good job on releasing the possums. It would be nice to think about fostering a tiger, but at the end of the day, that's a little bit above my pay grade, so to speak. It would be nice, but yeah, that'd be a little bit too much to take on. So, yeah, and like Dean Schneider says, is that's not something that you can just do sort of on a part-time basis. He says that a lot of people will write into him and say, "Oh, can I pet them?" And he explains to them they're not pets, and he will make it clear. Even though he interacts with them as part of the pride, they are still predators. And the only reason they don't eat him is they view him as part of the pride, and only because he has raised them since they were kittens, and he interacts with them in their way. And speaks to them sort of in their language, so to speak. He doesn't try to put human emotions and everything on it. He realizes that there's a hierarchy and there's a lot of communication that's done through dominance and whatnot, and establishing where you sit in the pride. But no, it would be nice. But yeah, if you don't have the time to dedicate to it the way he does, then you're really not doing the tiger any favors, and you're definitely setting yourself up for that predator to act like a predator one day. So, what does that say? I want 2 tigers and maybe an elephant. Now that would be cool. I'm gonna explain that. I love and that's the thing. I love all kinds of animals. There are certain animals that I am not a fan of, as far as I wouldn't want a snake as a pet. That's me personally. I don't necessarily hold any ill will towards snakes, but I personally wouldn't want one as a pet, but I love all animals. Sounds like, just like you do. That Yeah, she's right. They're not, even though, like the way that where you said that your mom still says that they have wild instincts. That's true because they, while you may see them interacting with Dean or Kevin Richardson on his, at his wildlife preserve, they're interacting with them in a way that the tigers are used to interacting. They're not teaching them to sit and stay and treating them like a domesticated cat or dog or anything like that. Yeah, see, snakes have it's not something that it's just not something that I've ever been, quote unquote, into. I mean, I certainly wouldn't go out of my way to harm one. I mean, now I can't say that, for a venomous snake, if there was any kind of danger or something, if it's, choice between me and the snake or Rosie and a snake or something, then yeah, snake's going to lose. But I just don't, and I don't understand. And of course, it's to each his own. People that keep venomous snakes, that one just sort of goes over my head. It's like, people that keep rattlesnakes and gaboon vipers and all these other snakes that can pretty much kill you almost by looking at you, sort of thing. But hey, that's their thing, and more power to them. Me personally, I couldn't do it. So I prefer cats and dogs, and I'm a cat person. I've just always liked cats. I've always been kind of drawn to them. I don't know if it's their independence or their sort of sarcastic way of life. Not now. Yeah. Yes, I kind of like their sort of sarcastic way of life, kind of like they want to be petted on their schedule, but then other than that, it's like, don't touch me, kind of thing, which is kind of interesting. Let's see. Yeah, like cockroach. Not so much. Not so much. See, I don't. Yeah, that one I can't. That one I can't get behind. I'll have to admit that one. So I guess let me make a few corrections when it comes to certain animals that I'm, not all in favor of. Yeah. Now I will say this: I have started following a channel on Facebook. It's Tiana Gayton, and she keeps jumping spiders. And she's really opened my eyes to a completely different way of looking at, particularly jumping spiders, but spiders in general, from the standpoint that jumping spiders really seem to have a lot of personality, to the point that I was on a job site a couple of months ago, probably 6 months ago, and one was walking across the back of my truck, and I'd been watching Tiana's channel, and I'm like, okay, we're going to see how this goes. And I let him jump on my arm, and then he crawled up on my shoulder, and then he went on about his business. So, and I actually, when I find spiders around my place, I purposely go out of my way now to, okay, all right, little wolf spider, you do your thing. You stay on this side of the sidewalk, I'll stay on this side. So yeah, I don't make it a point to vanquish them anymore. So, but yeah, like you had mentioned possums earlier, raccoons, all the little wildlife, squirrels, everything. I'm all about it. As a matter of fact, I was a police officer for 11 years in Alabama, and there were times when I would be out at night patrolling, that if a possum or a raccoon or something ran in front of my patrol car, I have almost run my patrol car off in ditches before in order to keep from hitting the little animals. And guys used to, laugh at me. Oh, it's just a possum. And I'm like, I don't care. City's got plenty of money. They can buy another patrol car. That little possum's, there's only one of him. There might be a bunch of possums, but there's only one of him. So that may be a strange way of looking at it, but that's just my way of looking at it. So, but they wouldn't bother me, and I didn't bother them. There you go. There you go. See there. See you had it all worked out with the cockroaches. I actually had, of course, they only live a year or so, but it was a big golden orb weaving spider right outside my side door. What was it, 2 years ago? And every night, he or she, whatever it was, would come out and build its web right there at the corner of the cover over my grill. And then every morning it would take the web down and go up into a little corner of the awning and go to sleep. And then the next evening, come and build. So I let it do its thing. It sat there, it caught bugs and whatnot. And like you said, we had an understanding. It didn't bother me. I didn't bother it. And then, like I said, they only live for, I looked it up, I think it was like 14 to 18 months or something. So that was 2 years ago. So the little orb weaver has been gone. So, well, thank you. You want another treat there, Rosie? So I mentioned the other day that I was just clearing some things out of my phone and ran across, just making room, getting rid of a bunch of old pictures and old videos and whatnot. But I ran across a bunch of old pictures and videos of Rosie when she was like 5, 6, 7 months old. And so now on Thursdays, I'm doing Throwback Thursday, at least until I run out of young Rosie videos, doing Throwback Thursday, showing some of the younger baby Rosie videos. Yeah. Yep, just chilling up there, the corner of the right outside my door. There's a little walkway and then an awning over the grill, and right up in the corner of that awning over the grill, that's where he or she, whatever it was, would set up its web every night. But no, I'm gonna be doing Throwback Thursday. I'm also going to be doing, of course, the Rosie Show on Saturdays at 2:00, and then I'm gonna baby Rosie. Yep. I wish I had some pictures or video when she was little, but I didn't get her until she was about 5 or 6 months old, because at the time we were doing cat rescues, and we had quite a few fosters, and we specifically wanted to start moving toward special needs cats. And Rosie was actually our first CH, but since we had never done special needs up to that point, then the shelter that we were working through, preferred one of the more experienced special needs fosters to keep Rosie until she was, 4, 5, 6 months old, because we weren't going to just foster Rosie. It was our plan to adopt Rosie. And like I said, the shelter preferred that she stay with a more experienced special needs foster home before she came to us, which she did. And then we got her, and then of course we started doing a lot of CHs. I think at one point I can't remember, it was like 8 or 10 CH cats. Yeah, I know. I saw you there. I saw you. You checked in, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. It was you and Jeanette Wilson, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be in trouble for not. I think Darby. I think those were the 3 that I saw on the chat. So, but yeah, I'm glad that you were here for the first one and for this one, and hopefully for any subsequent ones. But yeah, so we got Rosie. Like I said, that's why I don't have any of her being a little bitty kitten, which that's one thing about CH is you really don't get a sense that a cat even potentially has cerebellar hypoplasia until they're about eight weeks old, depending on how quickly they develop, anywhere 6 to 10 weeks old, because the falling down, the lack of the being unsteady on their feet and all this stuff. In the beginning, it's more or less gets confused with just regular kitten clumsiness, learning since they're just learning to walk and they're just learning how their legs work and everything. Once you get to a point where, okay, the kitten should be out of that, the kitten should be walking more precisely, but now they're still falling over or bumping into things, then you can start going, okay, what's going on with the cat? So yeah, for that reason I don't have, but I do have videos of other CH kittens, but they'll probably since they've gone, since they're not with us anymore, so I'm not gonna, those won't be going up. So, but they were, yeah, there was quite a few of those too. But Rosie was the first, and is Rosie too? Oh yeah, because of the CH. I'm not. I think it was it you that said you were familiar with CH, or you had a CH animal before? But really, what are you biting me for? Oh, because my hands smell like your treats. They're not treats. They're my fingers. You don't get to eat my fingers. But yeah, it's because of her CH, because the cerebellum doesn't develop properly. It's generally if the mother is infected with, I was told it was distemper. You should upload them. Yeah, well, I would love to, but this was years ago, and I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, because, like I said, they're no longer with us. So, as sad as that is to say. So, okay, so you're not familiar with CH. Okay, so this is something that I was going to do this week, because I know that I think it was you and when you and Jeanette and I want to say Darby was here last week, then that was one of the things y'all were like, yeah, more CH. Oh, well, thank you. I don't really see it, but hey, I appreciate that. So what CH is? It's cerebellar hypoplasia, and it is where if the mother is infected with, I was told distemper when we were actively doing rescues, but I also recently did some more research on it, and I found where it could also be if the mother is infected with panleukopenia. Either way, the virus can be passed on to the kittens in utero. I want to see them. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to think about it. I'm going to have to put a lot of thought into that. I certainly appreciate you wanting to see them, but no. So if a virus, like I said, distemper or panleukopenia, and it could be others. I need to do some more research. That can be passed. If the mother catches that while she's pregnant, then she can pass it on to the kittens in utero, and then it affects the development of the cerebellum, and the cerebellum controls motor function. It controls your ability to make the decision. Okay, I'm gonna move my right arm out here, but it also controls fine motor function. So fine motor function would be the difference in let's say you're going to run down the street, you're using large muscle groups to make large motions. Whereas something like turning the knob on a combination lock, you're using little small muscles to make little fine adjustments. So that would be fine motor control. And while the cerebellum controls both of those, it seems that the first thing to be negatively impacted by cerebellar hypoplasia is the fine motor control. So when a cat walks, they have the ability to put their leg, okay, I want to put my leg out in front of me, but they may not be able to get it exactly where they want it, and it may go flying over here, and they may get off balance. So that's where the unsteadiness comes. And then also they can have head tremors, because whether you realize it or not, your brain is constantly sending signals to various muscles and making minor adjustments. So if I want to keep my head straight, then it makes sense to me that I'm just going to hold my head straight, but my brain is sending signals to the muscles around my neck. It may feel it, wanting to move this way. Okay, adjust. So your muscles are constantly doing something. Well, they don't have that control. So you might see them sitting, doing this, or having a nystagmus, their eyes bouncing back and forth. Oh, well, thank you. So yeah, and that's why, unfortunately, CH is not very well known. And unfortunately, a lot of, when we were doing, when their little head goes to bobbing, you'll see some are worse than others. When their little head goes to bobbing, that's because their brain's not telling them, hey, fix this muscle and fix this muscle and fix this muscle. But when we were doing rescues and working a lot with CH animals, then to my surprise, there was one vet that recommended we put down a CH cat because this cat is in pain and this, that, and the other. And we reported it to the shelter, and the shelter was like, what? So that the shelter immediately quit working with that vet, because that was, for a vet to not understand cerebellar hypoplasia, that was extremely scary. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Yep, that's what it is. But yeah, so a lot of people don't understand. That's why when I kind of took for granted that when I started the channel, I was like, okay, there's was it Willy Wonky is a CH cat channel. She's got 2 CH cats. And then there's another couple of channels out there. So I kind of took for granted that, okay, these other channels are educating people about cerebellar hypoplasia. I'm not going to have, does CH cause pain? No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. And that's one of the misunderstandings, because a lot of CH animals, whether it's a cat or a dog or any animal that has a cerebellum, even humans, can be subject to having their cerebellum damaged or diminished and having the same effects. But if it's only as a result of the cerebellum, then no, there is no pain. It just means that they don't have the control over their muscles that a normal cat or a normal dog would have. But there's no pain. But a lot of people see them fall over and this, that, and the other, and they automatically, oh my God, this poor cat is in pain, it's suffering, put it out of its misery, blah, blah. And a lot of CH animals get put down for that very reason, when there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're, other than they fall over a lot and they're unsteady on their feet. Now, they are more prone to getting hurt in an accident, as far as if they, it's like I was talking about last week. Rosie is not allowed to go in the kitchen because the kitchen is a tile floor. It is, if she falls over, it is potentially going to do a good bit more damage to her if she falls on the tile versus on the carpet. Even in the bedroom, it's got a floating floor. I put down vinyl planks, but I didn't pull the carpet up, even though the vinyl's not as soft as carpet. It's still considerably softer than tile, but I also purposely laid the floor over the old carpet. So it does have a good bit of cushion to it. So if she falls in the bedroom, it doesn't hurt her that bad. That one is why is her tail flicking? That's a good question, because Rosie goes. You've seen now she's attacking the loop on the back of my shoe. Great. She. I have no idea what that was. Something happened outside that got Rosie's attention, but no, her tail. You've seen from the videos where I can be petting her, giving her chin scratches, anything like that, and then all of a sudden she'll decide, ooh, it's playtime, and she'll roll over and grab me. So she goes from mood to mood, but that's the way she is. It could be she's ready to play. She could be, I would say she may be tired of sitting here, but she's well capable of getting down. So she's obviously not that upset about sitting here. I know that she prefers, the tile is damaging. I know that she prefers, maybe it's because of the way I'm petting her, she's not a huge fan of having her back petted. She prefers to have her head petted, her chin, her ears, all of that. She's much more comfortable with that. Yeah. Cookie. But no, she likes the ears. She likes the chin. And if you'll notice in the videos, one thing that'll really kind of get her mad at me is if I scratch her right at the base of her tail. She will. Have you ever watched Abram Engel? No, I haven't. No, I'll have to check that out. Abram Engel. Is that an animal channel, or? I guess I'll have to look it up and find out. But he and his orange cat. Okay. Orange cat. Yeah, orange cats are special. I had. Oh God, here she goes. Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to play? Yep. Here she goes. What is wrong with you? Crazy? Silly? I used to have an orange tabby, and orange cats sort of have a mind of their own. They're funny and quirky and all of that, but they are hilarious. They do have quite a personality. One of my cats. Yeah. Like I said, watch the videos. Sometimes I'll do it to her just to mess with her, but just scratch her right at the base of her tail. Oh yeah, she will have half a come apart. So, well, what do you think, Rosie? Named Mr. Sam. See, all right, so my orange tabby, he ended up getting named Cat because his name was changed so much that it started out as this, then it was this, and then it was this, and then it was this. So I ended up having to take him to the vet one time, and the vet asked me, "Oh, what is his name?" Because I always just called him Cat because I never knew from one day to the next what his name was. So I just, okay, hey, Cat, come here. Hey, Cat, you want something to eat? Hey, Cat, you want to play? Whatever. So I took him to the vet, and they were like, well, what's his name? I was like, Cat? I was like, I have no idea. So from there on, that was officially his name. That appeared on all his, when we got him back from the vet, his kennel was labeled cat. Uh, all of his paperwork at the vet was from then on was cat. So yeah. He died from poisoning. My sister got a tattoo. Oh, no, that's sad. Yeah, we get attached to our animals. I know that when Cat passed away, then and I kind of knew it. I kind of knew it was going to happen. I even told somebody years earlier. I was like, when Cat goes, I'm going to lose it. And it was pretty rough on me. So, and same with Rosie. She's my baby. So, but no, we get our animals are our family, and it's like I couldn't imagine curling up at night and not having Rosie at least have the option to be there. It's like last night we had some pretty good storms come through for a very brief period of time. She does fine for whatever reason. I don't understand this. She does fine with thunder and lightning. She'll stay on the bed. She'll stay curled up. She'll just sleep through it. But for some reason, the sound of rain, particularly heavy rain, coming down right outside the window terrifies her. And she will get down off the bed and get under the bed just that quick. So she's a strange little fur ball. Mr. Sam wasn't looking good. Oh, poor Mr. Sam. Poor Mr. Sam. Yeah. So yeah, it gets rough. It can get rough on us when we lose them, but we love them and we spoil them while they're here. So, are you doing better? Are you calmed down now? Still flicking your tail? So I think this week I will try to do an actual video doing a deep dive on CH. So I'll probably do that, and again, whatever suggestions, whatever comments, whatever if there's anything that y'all want to see, feel free to ask me. Again, I was told in the comments this week that people want to know more about me, so just ask, and if I can, I will answer. So, but I really appreciate. I'm so glad. What does that say? I was sitting on my sister's bed and oh, poor Mr. Sam. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You have my deepest condolences on the loss of Mr. Sam, and it sounds like he was very well loved. But that like I said, we love them while they're here, and we just treat them right, love them, and spoil them, and do all of that. So, what do you think? What do you think, Doodle? No, well, thank you, and I will. I'll do that. I'll do that this week. I'll put together something to post in long form about cerebellar hypoplasia, because, like I said, I was actually surprised that even with all the other CH channels out there, like I was saying earlier, I kind of took for granted that people were going to know about CH, but there's a huge part of the population that doesn't. And by virtue of the fact that I got a lot of negative comments in the beginning about videoing my cat falling over, people thinking that she was having a seizure, thinking that she was that I had done something to her, maybe gotten her drunk or so, things like that. Uh, but then once I started explaining it, then people kind of started getting it. So yeah, I think I was with me being mistaken on how much knowledge there is out there about CH. I think I'll do that this week. Oh my gosh, poor Ribbon. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like Rosie cannot go outside. She, I do take her outside every now and again, but it's just when I take her out there and we may lay in the grass and just enjoy the sunshine and this, that, and the other, and she'll look around and see bugs and whatnot and be interested by them. But she's not a cat that can just be let outside because number one, she would be such an easy target for a predator. And we have coyotes around here. So yeah, a coyote would not have to work very hard at all to end up getting her. So yeah, she's, end up out in the road, whether she intended to, like I said, since they fall over, you can see in some of the videos where she may be intending to go to the left side of the room, but she falls over, 4 or 5 times, and now she's over on the right side of the room. She may fall out into the road, and that be the end of it. So yeah, for that reason, CHs don't need to go outside unsupervised. No, poor Ribbon. Well, I believe that all of the little animals, particularly if they've had a home, had a family, that they when they say they cross over the rainbow bridge, then they're waiting for us on the other side. Different people have different beliefs, but that's what I believe. So they bring us a lot of love and a lot of joy and a lot of healing, because if we go through various things in life, then that dog or that cat or that hamster or that bird or whatever it is that we have that we love, they don't care if we're having a bad hair day. They don't care if we have a headache. They don't care. They just love us, period. They may act goofy sometimes, but all they do is love. And that's why I can't understand. That was one thing that when I was a police officer, that's one thing that we'll just say the people that took it upon themselves to hurt little animals, yeah. So yeah, I was never a huge fan of those people. But no, we just love them while they're here. Oh, poor Ribbon. What I did with Cat is I had him cremated, and I've got the place that did the cremation. They got a paw print of him, and I keep all that. It's over on the other side of the room. But yeah, I've got him in a little urn over there. So, but all right. Well, I'm going to go put together what I'm going to do for a CH video, and then also what I'm going to do for Throwback Thursday, this coming Thursday. I know it's almost a week away, but I about got caught flat-footed, so to speak, because I was trying so hard to come up with the right one for this first Thursday. So I'll probably start prepping for it a little bit sooner. But in the meantime, if y'all have any questions, Gaius Goth, I have absolutely enjoyed talking with you. You've been a pleasure to spend some time with. What is it? So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for participating, and I will. What does it say? Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, they do. I think cremation for Cat was the base price I think was $140, and then buying the getting the paw print. I think all total it was like $180. So yeah, it can be a little costly, but no. Well, thank you. I have absolutely loved hanging out with you too. So uh, again, just drop in the comments anything. If you want me to mention anything, if there's anything, uh, talk about fostering, rescues, CH,